Sight word. About is a sight word. Do you know it when you see it? Take a look at about and see if you can read it.
Yesterday at school we learned about our government. Our teacher told us all about our first president. We heard about George Washington's acts of bravery and all about how he and others founded our country.
Now that you know about, you will read it every time. Remember ABOUT, which you practiced in this rhyme.
Abraham Lincoln. Who was Abraham Lincoln? Learner, lawyer, president. Abraham Lincoln was born in Kentucky on February 12, 1809. He and his family lived in a log cabin with just one room. When Abraham was 7 years old, his family moved to what would soon become the state of Indiana. Abraham spent most of his time helping his father on the farm. Young Abe loved to read and learn. Sometimes he would walk many miles to borrow a book. 1830, Abraham's family moved to the state of Illinois. Abe got a job chopping firewood. He was very tall, 6 feet 4 inches, and very strong. Later, Abraham Lincoln owned a general store in Illinois. A general store sells many different things, including food, clothes, and tools. Abe Lincoln enjoyed talking to people who came into his store. People liked hearing the wonderful stories that he told. Lincoln was fair and honest with his customers. Some people say this is why he was given the nickname Honest Abe. Might make it against the law to own slaves. The leaders of those states decided to join their states together to make a new country so they could have their own laws. President Lincoln and the states in the North did not want the country to break apart. The North and the South fought a war called the Civil War. A little more than a year after the war started, President Lincoln signed an important paper. The paper said that all the slaves in the southern states that were still fighting the war were now free. This paper is called the Emancipation Proclamation. In 1865, the Civil War ended. The southern states lost the war, and they continued to be part of the United States. Later that year, the law was changed so that no one in the United States was allowed to own slaves. Abraham Lincoln is one of the most famous American presidents. His face is on the penny and the $5 bill, and his face is carved on Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. There is a large statue of Abraham Lincoln in Washington, D.C., in a building called the Lincoln Memorial. It helps us to remember that Abraham Lincoln was a great president who helped to make the United States a better country.